Hey guys, massive game on Thursday. You've got Manchester United against Manchester City in the Manchester Derby. Huge 6-pointer for both clubs. Could definitely change both teams' seasons.
Yeah, with just 1 point between the two teams and a potential top 4 place at stake, there's everything to play for, including local bragging rights.
We've got the Onefootball official Manchester United fan in me, as well as Dan, who's been a City fan for about 20 minutes since Guardiola took over.
Alan Ball, actually.
And we will be discussing a combined 11, and let's see if we can get a nice little lineup going.
Yeah, let us know what you think of our team in the comments at the end, and tell us who you would have picked.
Perfect. So let's get straight into it. Easiest position on the park, David De Gea in goals. No question. I'm not even going to listen to what you say because he has been the best goalkeeper for the past 3 seasons. Neuer who, Courtois who, I mean, there's no question. David De Gea in goal every single time.
Yeah, but has he ever won the Copa America? I don't think he has he? Claudio Bravo's won it twice, and captain Chile, and he can play football probably better than most outfield players. So, yeah, let's go with Claudio Bravo, I think.
But has he shown that this season? I really don't think so. I think that if Guardiola had the choice, we all know who he would pick, and it would probably be the Spaniard between the sticks. So I'm sorry, but Claudio Bravo is warming the bench, if he even gets on it.
Saving shots is so passé nowadays, but yeah, I guess on this one I will have to concede defeat and say that I would probably have picked David De Gea too.
Right back. Who do you have? Let me know, let me hear it.
I've got the absolute warrior that is Pablo Zabaleta. He's just been a fantastic servant to City down the years. He's a fan's favourite player. He loves the club, he loves the city. He's still a great player, even though his legs have gone a little bit now in his older age.
I'm sorry, there's no way around the one, the only, the tank, Tony V. Valencia, he's been United's best player. Forget Zlatan, forget Pogba, forget Rooney. It's been Tony V all the way. Reborn as a right back and part of a defense that has only let in 5 Premier League goals in 2017. I'm sorry, but again, there's no way past the United man.
I think he's just a beefed up Jesus Navas personally, but if we must do this, then for the first and only time this week, City are going to go 2-0 down to United. So yeah, let's go with Tony Valencia if you insist.
Centre back, the first centre back, I've got Chris Smalling, He's made huge strides since Ferguson left, and that's why I think he should be the anchor of our defence.
Yeah, it's something that rhymes with anchor, but yeah, I think, Chris Smalling or Vincent Kompany, I think we're going to have to go Kompany here, aren't we? The man is, so strong. He's had injury problems at recent years, but when he plays, he's still brilliant. He's a huge leader of the team, someone that everyone in the league respects. He's just a wonderful player, and Chris Smalling is never going to be as good as Vincent Kompany.
Moving on though, and there is no way you can convince me that Eric Bailly does not get into this team. Massive signing in the summer. He's got pace for days. He's almost faster than Valencia, who, by the way, was at some point the fastest player in the Premier League.
Yeah, I do like Eric Bailly, to be fair. He's almost as good as Eliakim Mangala, but I would have to go John Stones from my point of view personally. Just a great ball-playing centre-back, a talented, very un-English player. Guardiola, loves this player. He spoke about his balls early in the season, so, I'm not sure how his balls compare to Eric Bailly's, but on that front alone, I think we'd have to go John Stones. Yeah, he's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful player.
I'm not arguing that he doesn't have potential. He's got the potential to be probably England's best centre-back in the future. But do you build a team with potential in mind? Maybe for the long run, but just for one lineup, you're not going to convince me, Dan, sorry.
I think the people at home would probably disagree with you there, but for the sake of argument, let's just go Eric Bailly then.
Which brings us to the next position, left back. Let me hear it.
I'm going to go for the man with an absolute hammer of a left foot, Alexander Kolarov. He can play left back, he can play centre back, he gets up and down the wing, puts great crosses in, he scores goals from free kicks more often than not. I don't think United have a comparable player to him, so I will go for this Serbian, Alexander Kolarov.
Yeah, the thing with United is, you have Rojo, you've got Shaw, you've got Darmian. It's kind of been a carousel in the left back position, so I would have picked Luke Shaw, or I do pick Luke Shaw, because he's again got pace for days. You want that fast back line, and if you got someone like Kompany, who's probably no faster than a tortoise, you're going to want the other 3 defenders to be, fast to pick up his slack, which is why Shaw would be a good pick. To be fair though, as a lefty myself and as a former great free kick taker, I do quite like Kolarov. So let's just stick him in there for his free kicks. He can be kind of like our Leighton Baines, just in case we need a goal or something like that. Have him take the free kick. What do you say?
If Jose Mourinho doesn't even rate Luke Shaw, then I don't see how you can personally. But yeah, let's go for it, Kolarov.
All right, so let's do a little recap for the viewers of our back line. We've got the best goalkeeper in the world, DDG, in goal. You've got Tony the Tank, Tony V as right back. You've got Kolarov with a hammer of a left foot as left back. You've got the experienced and very slow Compagnie. And then you've got the rapid Eric Bailly completing that centre back pairing.
Yeah, I will take it from here. So I think we'll start with the we're going to go 4-3-3 as we said earlier. So I think we'll go for the first player in the midfield, who I don't see how you can have any dispute about this whatsoever, is David Silva. The guy is a dream footballer, so superiorly brilliant on the ball. He's creative. He scores goals. He's one of the best passers in the league. In fact, he's one of the best players in the league and one of the best players in the world, and a player who I think is criminally underrated. So David Silva, I'd like to see you try and argue your way out of this one.
I will, and I might succeed. But there's a lot that you said that I agree with.
And don't say Juan Mata, because he's just a poor man's David Silva. So.
Michael Carrick, as an older, slower but very calm and collected player. He'll sit behind the defense, he'll spray those passes, and as good as David Silva is, his passing is nowhere near as good as Michael Carrick's. England international, probably same as David Silva, criminally underrated internationally. Michael Carrick was a big part of United's success under Ferguson. So I've got to have Michael Carrick in there.
Definitely not. Absolutely, 100% not. I mean, you say his experience, he's just old, isn't he, really? He's ready for the old people's home now, Michael Carrick, I think. He was a good player once upon a time, but he just can't run anymore, basically. So I'm sorry, we've simply got to have David Silva, or there's going to be a fight here.
Next midfield spot, I'll take this one. Ander Herrera. His rating in FIFA is 87 now. I see you shaking your head, but listen, he is the most informed player right now on the United squad. A United squad which has been in very good form recently for the last few months even. I don't know if you saw his pass for the Martial goal on the weekend.
No, of course not. I don't watch United.
But I couldn't name a single City player that could play that pass. So
I could name 5. So. Ander Herrera is a player who is vastly overrated, I think. If he didn't run around kissing his badge and all that sort of thing, I don't think United fans would rate him quite as highly. So in this instance, I would have to go for Kevin De Bruyne, who is a far superior player. I know you kind of criticised me for picking stylish attacking players a minute ago, and I know that's not a very Jose Mourinho thing to do, so I can see why you feel that way. But Kevin De Bruyne, again, like David Silva, he's one of the best players in the league, if not the world. He's creative, he scores goals. And both players can defend as well, let's not forget that. They've got a little bit of a nasty streak to them, the pair of them.
If you've got David Silva, you can't have David Silva, De Bruyne, and whoever else you were going to pick. Ander Herrera is our man. He's in form. He's scoring goals. He's assisting goals.
All right, well, now I've learned that you do Muay Thai, I'm a little bit worried. So, let's just let this one go in that case. The answer is obviously Kevin De Bruyne. Everyone knows that, but yeah, I'll let you have Ander Herrera if you insist.
The third and final member out of our midfield has to be the $100 million man, Paul Pogba. Pogboom. I mean, you're going to need the dabs on the pitch when times get tough. And I'll just ask you a simple question. How can you not put in a player that costs $100 million?
Because, to be honest with you, I think Paul Pogba is vastly overrated. Again, a player who cost $100 million and never should have done. It was an absolute rip-off. Juventus were laughing all the way to the bank with that one. Yaya Touré is the player that Paul Pogba wants to be when he grows up. He is an absolute machine, and Paul Pogba would love to be half as good as him. If
you're not picking Carrick because he's so old, I don't see how you can pick a Yaya Touré that was out the door when Guardiola came in. The only reason he played was injuries, loss of form to other players. He got very lucky. Yes, in his prime, class player. But Pogba, miles better than him now. So I'm sorry, but it's all about the dab.
So that's the midfield. I reluctantly agreed to let Paul Pogba be in the team and Herrera, strangely, but at least we've got a little bit of class in this midfield in the mould of David Silva. So thankfully, one good player is in this team so far.
Yeah, okay, onto the forward line. I'll let you start. Left wing, what's your pick?
Yeah, I mean, there is only one answer to this question, and the answer is Leroy Sané. The guy is future Ballon d'Or winner good. He's got fantastic hair. He's great on the ball, he's so quick, he's strong. I mean, normally with a winger like that, the defensive sort of instinct is to try and knock the player off the ball. Try and do it with Leroy Sané and you'll get knocked off the ball yourself.
Tony Marshall came from France. I'm not going to do the rest. But it was definitely not a waste of money. As you can see now with Ibra out, he's picking up the slack. He's showing Mourinho that he wants to be the main man. He scored a goal on the weekend.
Tony Marshall came from France, 40 million in his fucking pants. Is that how the song goes? Because it should. So we're settled on Sané then?
I think that's a remix. Yes, we're settling on Sané.
Thank you. Yep. Finally, we're getting some quality in this team.
Henrik Mkhitaryan, his inclusion changed United's run of fortunes. He single-handedly, his performances, his scorpion kick goal where he goal of the season, not a fluke.
Henrik Mkhitaryan is a very good player, to be fair. I liked him a lot when he played for Dortmund, and I was a bit gutted when he went to United. But let me ask you this, how many times has Ronaldo, and I mean the Brazilian Ronaldo, not that fraud who used to play for United, how many times has he come out and said what a fantastic player Henrik Mkhitaryan is? Never, has he? But he has said that about Gabriel Jesus, a kid who's only 19. He's only played about 4 Premier League games, granted, but he looked absolutely brilliant in all of them.
Of course, the 4 games, as you mentioned, that Jesus has played were fantastic, but they were 4 games. How many games has Mkhitaryan played? A lot more than 4, and I'm going to put my foot down here and say, I'm sorry, Jesus, maybe next season when you've played a few more games.
All right, okay, if you insist, but I'm going to have to let you write his name down on the team sheet because I don't have a clue how to spell it. So yeah, Henrik Mkhitaryan it is.
All right, moving on to the position that all of you have been waiting for, the striker. Is it Ibra? Is it Lingard? Is it Memphis Depay back from Lyon? I mean, we know it's not going to be a City player.
Oh, not Sergio Agüero then, no. You don't think he's getting in this team? The Premier League's best striker.
I don't know who that is.
One of the world's best strikers.
Who?
The guy who's having a bad season this year and has scored 30 goals. That guy. The guy who ran from the halfway line and dinked it over Peter Cech in the FA Cup semi-final the other day. He's not getting in this team, no? That's...
No.
Okay.
Definitely not. Okay, fair points. You might think that Ibra's my pick, but there's only one.
Oh, no.
Wayne Rooney.
Oh, come on.
There's only one Wayne Rooney. As I've said many times, experience is key. In such a big match, you want a cool head. You don't want somebody who's going to lash out as Agüero has done already this season.
Yeah, Wayne Rooney's never done that, has he?
10 years ago, maybe, but definitely not this season. Yeah, okay, whatever. You're right. Agüero is miles better than any United player that I could put in that position who is fit right now. Because if Ibra was fit, this would be a different discussion.
Yeah, Wayne Rooney was good about 4 years ago and has done absolutely nothing since. The sooner he packs himself off to China, the better, I think. I feel it necessary to apologise to the viewers at home for your absolutely shocking view there. But yeah, thank you. Let's go with Agüero.
Okay, Agüero, although I do think that Rooney will be the best player in the 2018 World Cup for England. So that wraps it up, guys. We'll take a look back just at our forward line now. We have Sané on the left, we've got Mkhitaryan on the right, and then we've got the one and only Sergio Agüero! I didn't even mention it.
It's
got to be mentioned. Even as a United fan, it's got to be mentioned. It still haunts me today. But what do you guys think? I mean, let us know in the comments below. Is our side any good? Is it going to win any games? Can you do better? We want to hear your points. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And check out our other videos here, or was it here? Either way, thanks for watching, guys.
Cheers, guys, and come on, you Blues.